What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Rod Steele back with another review for you. Anyway, Transformer Dinosaur Mania is running wild around in my house because we were going to review this motherfucker right here. Another fucking dinosaur. Obviously, the most famous of them all, most likely. Grimlock from the Classics line. Great figure. Awesome figure. One, I just love the Classics line. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The Classics line is like one of my favorite motherfucking series lines that they've had. The Transformers just look fucking fantastic. Right off the bat, though, he should have been bigger. They should have made him a fucking Voyager class. There was no reason to have Grimlock a deluxe class. He would have I'm guaranteed this motherfucker was gonna sell no matter what fucking size you fucking made him. He would have sold off the shelves. I had a hard time finding him. This is the last Classics one I got because I seen him once in the store at a Walmart, and then I picked this motherfucker. I picked him up at Toys R Us. Actually, when the movie line first came out, I think the movie was just coming out. The Transformers movie toys just came out, and I went there, sole purpose to pick up movie line figures, and I found this son of a bitch there, just hanging out there. And I think he was on fucking sale for like $6.99. So, I mean, Jesus Christ. Luckily, I got him. Anyway, Grimlock, the leader of the Dinobots, the strongest, and maybe the dumbest. Not sure. But we all know the Dinobots are basically constructed or turned online to help fight against Devastator, because at that time, the Transformers the Autobots had really no anyone to fight the Devastator. And the Dinobots were just that. They were dumb and strong, and they did their job. They went after Devastator. But this figure right here is very nice. I can't really say too much bad about it. Besides the size, I think it should have been bigger. The gun on top of it, I guess, is all right. I don't know. It's something that I look at and I'm like, I don't like it. Then I look at it and I'm like, it's cool. You know, I don't know. The colors are really nice on it. It actually, it's like the gray and black and the gold. And the gold's almost like a metallic flake. It's a really nice looking fucking figure. That's all I can really say about it. One thing though, his legs back here. Don't know why when he sits, he sits kind of like really short compared to like how the original Grimlock sat. Not saying this ain't an upgrade, but I just don't like his. You can see back here all this fucking. Let me turn this light on here. I don't think it's gonna make a difference. But see all this space in here between his hip here. It's just, I don't know. To me, that could have been rectified by doing something with his legs. They could have made that, where his legs kind of fit in. I mean, because it almost goes in like that, because it has these rotating parts here, but sliding parts, whatever the hell you want to call them. But I think they could have done something with that, because that's just, I don't know, these pieces on his hips here, I don't know, top of his legs, just kind of look out of place. To me, it's an eyesore. Maybe it's not for you. But, it's a nice looking figure. I mean, his head goes up and down and whatever else, and his mouth actually opens and closes. He's got his little tiny hands. Nice thing right here, the rub-on. Love the rub-on. There you go. You can rub it. The fucker fucking warms up. Got the Autobot symbol. It's fantastic. But I'm going to get into his robot mode and show you what this bad motherfucker looks like in robot mode. Because if there's one thing that this figure excels at, it's the robot mode. Because Grimlock is a bad fucking character. Here he is in his robot mode. Fucking fantastic looking robot mode. This is the way Grimlock should look. His fucking face is just absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely, really do love this fucking figure. One thing I'm a little disappointed with is kind of like his arms, where his hands are. He's got these giant, where his feet fold back, and then his fist kind of pops out, and it does look a little shitty. I will say that. That does look shitty. He's got kind of like this waist movement action, like you can grab this and like fucking spin him. It almost looks like he'd have kung fu grip action, but it really doesn't. But he looks absolutely fantastic. He comes with his sword / fucking rocket launcher. I actually would have rather have just a sword piece. They really didn't need to put this stupid fucking firing missile in there. They could have just had it as a sword, and I would have been, I'm sure a lot of people would have been very happy with just having Grimlock with a nice looking fucking sword. I mean, because in all honesty, that sword actually looks really cool with the black with the gold trimming on, like where the blade part would be. But unfortunately, they gave it projectile firing fucking cockfucker up there, and that kind of ruins it for me. Because I'd rather, like I said, rather have him just with a fucking badass looking sword. But then maybe I don't know why this I guess could be considered a sword too. Doesn't really look like a sword.
Fucking club.
Yeah, it's not a sword. It's more like a fucking. It's a club. I mean, you'll fucking just mash the shit out of somebody with this fucking weapon. But they do give him that, which is his tail, which then goes in the other hand. So he does have kind of like, I don't know. I guess he would have two swords. Doesn't look like a sword. It's more of like a melee mashing fucking motherfucker. And you got a sword with a giant firing projectile dildo on the top of it. But besides that, I really don't care. Articulation, he really doesn't have much at all. His arms move and shit, but really, with the hindrance of this, he's got like, I guess it would be an elbow joint, but as way the small the hands are, it looks like a fucking wrist movement. But that's about, his head moves and all that good shit, his waist moves. He has no fucking knee joints. I mean, his fucking head moves, but of course, because that's one of the gimmicks with the fucking, in his dinosaur move. But he just looks badass. I mean, I am looking forward to, I seen just the other day, they're coming out with a War Within Titanium Grimlock. And I am really looking forward to that because, in my opinion, the Grimlock in that series is just, he's probably the fucking best. He's actually like, he actually does lead. He kind of seems as dumb as he is. He's not as dumb as he is in the cartoon, in the comics. I mean, he's got like the kind of like the dumb voice, me Grimlock type shit going for him. But he's actually leading troops, and he's probably like on the fucking front line. He's just fucking in there terrorizing people. And in the one War Within series where Optimus Prime basically has to take over, Grimlock basically wants to just take Optimus Prime out, and he wants to lead because he don't feel that Optimus Prime is doing what he should do. He wants to go in there and basically just nuke the fuck out of these motherfuckers and kill them. And that figure just looks badass. And I would really like to have that figure next to this one, because this one is, if you want a nice looking Grimlock, this is the one to have. He's a bad looking motherfucker. But anyway, Rod Steele here with Classics Grimlock. Adios, muchachos.